Hi, welcome to the Author's Lounge. My name is Cheryl Mays and I am your host. And I'm so excited today because we are going to be visited by Miss Queen P, who is the author poet of In the Mood, When the Mood is Right, a poetry journey. She is a graduate of NYIT with a bachelor's in communication arts. She has also worked in the live music entertainment industry, and she's been featured in an anthology. So you do not want to miss this opportunity. So as soon as we return, we'll talk with Miss Queen P.
I am just wonderful. Thank you. How are you?
I am doing great. Well, I have done a formal introduction, and so now I want you to tell us a little bit about you before we get into the book. So tell us about Miss Queen P.
Well, I am a New Yorker, born and raised. Started out in Brooklyn and made our way. The family made its way to Long Island, and that's where I currently reside. I have 3 kids, wonderful, beautiful. I work in the live music industry, and I've been doing that for most of my adult life. Let's see, what else do you need to know about me? That I love music. And this is my first written poetry journey, and I'm very excited about it. And I love to be in a tranquil, peaceful place, and just enjoying life, because I've learned through life that peace is what is needed. I'm all about peace.
I love that. And that is literally where this book stemmed from. And I love your term for it because you call it a guidebook for the soul.
Yes. Yeah, it kind of is, because, you know, we go through so much in life. Everyone has whatever it is that they're going through. And sometimes you just don't know what to do. And so I felt that it was necessary for me to write this, because I'm on a journey myself, and my children are grown, and I really have to figure out who I am. What do I want to be? Who am I besides mom and auntie and everybody else? So with that, it's like my soul was spoken to, and these poems came out, and I felt that it was necessary to share my feelings with someone else, because maybe it can help them, and because it has helped me get through a lot of what I've been through. And I'm now finding peace now. So I figured if I can find this peace poetically, and it can, lift someone's spirit, then I'm for it. And so that's why this book written to help people. I'm not telling anyone what to do, how to do it, but hopefully it will help them get through whatever it is, whatever situation they're going through.
I think this is so great, because oftentimes people that are in situations think that they are the only ones that have been through this particular situation, and they're literally looking for someone to share their experiences, to show them that, yes, you can get through this. I got through this, so I know you can get through this. So I think this is a great opportunity for people to hear from someone else that has had a similar experience. So tell me, this book was inspired by your poetry is inspired by Dr. Martin Luther King. who has been really instrumental in you starting this. So what is it that he's done, that he's said, that has actually been impactful to you?
I just think his whole journey, what he has done through life, through his, what he wanted the world to be like, to be at peace, to be at harmony, everyone equally yoked. And when he gives his speeches, it's so powerful. His language is very powerful. So his words, speaking to the masses, and people are actually listening, has inspired me in a way to say, you know what? If he can do this and generate so many people to listen to what he has to say, I can do that. What's to stop me from presenting myself with my words in full form, in that type of language? Why not?
Awesome.
So,
now,
yeah,
tell us.
He really, and to today, even today, his voice is still.
So now tell us about your poetry road. So you started writing poetry and realized that this was where you wanted to live, because you've also been in the live music entertainment industry. So tell us a little bit about your journey to poetry.
Well, the funny thing is that this wasn't even my desire to share publicly the poetry. It wasn't on my radar. It's something that I did privately for myself and to get over whatever hump by myself. All for me, not to share. So music was my thing. And I thought that was where, I wanted to be and grow for the rest of my life. But I felt a void in my life, and I had to really like after the kids were grown, I really started thinking about, as I said before, who am I? And I meditated and prayed and really asked for guidance as to what I'm supposed to do. There's something missing. And this voice said, P, you need to share your poems. So that's when it all happened. So it wasn't like something that I really wanted to do, because I didn't want to share, because I didn't want people to not like what I've written, because it was personal, But yet, this voice spoke, and I had to listen, because it came out of nowhere. So therefore, it meant to me that this was something that was necessary. So that's how that all went down. So it really wasn't my desire, but now it is my desire. It's my passion now.
Now you are all in, right?
Yeah, but that's what I needed. I needed that little boost.
That is awesome. Guys, this is amazing. You have heard Queen P, the author of When the Mood is Right, A Poetry Journey. When we return, we're going to talk about the book, and she's also going to do a reading for us a little later on. So right after this commercial, you have to come back.
DreamSpire Books Virtual Launch Box. Everything you need for a successful virtual book launch in one place. Timelines, press release templates, social media advertising info, graphic design, an interview on our streaming network, and a personal coaching session. Don't forget your thank yous and so much more. Visit us at www.dreamspirebooks.com for more information.
So we are here, we are talking with Queen P, the author of When the Mood is Right, A Poetry Journey. And so now we're going to talk about this poetry journey. So tell us about the book itself.
Well, the book is broken up into chapters. And the first chapter is motivation and inspiration. And then we go into universal feelings and love and dedication to mother. And so it kind of comes full circle because mom is where it all begins. And so the book, I'm hoping, is really going to uplift and inspire and motivate people because I intentionally want you, the reader, to think about who you are, where you are, have you grown in life? Where are you? Do you know yourself? Do you love yourself enough? And a lot of that is in the book. It shares that no matter what you do, let's start out with that self-love. And there we can move on. Universal is just that. It's the feeling that you get universal control over it, but yet you can still find a peace and calmness. The Power of Love chapter, it's not the traditional love. It's more the love from within your soul. Everything that I've written is coming from the heart and soul. It's coming from inside and the dedication to mother is just that. My mom passed away when I was a teenager, so this is a dedication to her. So I had to put it in there because this is a big thing for me, and I wanted this to be part of her as well. So, but yeah, so it's about love, loving yourself. It's your feelings getting in tune with who you are, and yeah, you have to read it. You just have to read it.
There you go. You just got to read
Yes.
it. Exactly.
Then you'll get. But the one thing I will say, when you read this book, you can read it or you can read it. Reading this book, I suggest that you find a calm space, quiet place, get a little music, get a little hot beverage, cold beverage, whatever. Get in the mood when the mood is right. Then read it, and you'll get where I'm coming from.
There you go. I love that. So when you get the book, you literally have to get yourself into the right state of mind so that you can be, uplifted, so that you can feel what the language of the book. And so I have to ask you, because whenever I speak to a poet and a author that's actually put the poetry into a book form, is what is your favorite poem in the book?
That is a good one. You know what? I have to. That's a good one. I wasn't expecting that question at all. The one from my mom, that yes, but aside from the mom poems, I'm going to say On My Way Up. It's talking about climbing a mountain and working your way up success and all the obstacles that got in your way, but you're still reaching for the top and you're not going to give up. So On My Way Up. And I'll read that.
Okay, that is fabulous. And this book is available on Amazon. So you can get the book on Amazon and you can follow Queen P. How can they follow you? On Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook?
Well, Instagram, you can follow me at Queen P Poetry 123, and on Facebook, it's Queen P. Really more active on Instagram than anything. So at Queen P Poetry.
So I know you definitely want to follow her because this is not the only book. Queen, you have also been a part of an anthology called Women Win Against All Odds. So tell us a little bit about that.
That's an interesting project. So it's a collaborative project, and I can't remember how many women that actually wrote chapters, but it's all inspiring. It's all about how they've gone through adversity and how they've made it, to the top. So those women have their stories. And then we are the influential women, and we were featured as just that. And we each have a page, and we share a little tidbit, something inspirational or motivational, and then just a little about us. So that's in the book, and it happens to be a number of international bestsellers, and I'm in it. So it was pretty exciting. Me and 16 other women were the influential women, and it really was exciting. It came out on 4th, so you can get that on Amazon as well.
Nice. So you have the opportunity not only to get the book of poetry, but also the anthology. And that's not even it, because you are now working on a book 2 called Mood Swings. So tell us a little bit about that, because that's coming out in the fall of 2020.
Yes, ma'am. It's coming out in the fall of 2020. It's a lot different than When the Mood is Right. See, the mood is right, we're getting you in the right mood, Now,
Okay.
Mood Swings, we're comfortable now. We're comfortable with who we are, right? So now we're not so afraid to speak our truth. So, and it discuss different situations and the outcome. Now, not to say, it's going to be rough and raw and all of that. No. Everything I do, I try to bring it back to but in situations, and then we're going to wrap it up with you speaking your truth and not afraid to do that. As opposed to book 1, a little timid, we're trying to, figure out who we are. But book 2, we know who we are, and we're going to just speak our truth.
Awesome. And so that book is also going to be available in the fall. Do you have a date for that? I know it's at the publishing company now.
I don't have a date. I submitted it a couple of weeks ago. So I'm guessing maybe in October, but it's in the works. And this is a 3-part series, a mood series. That's my theme, mood. So the final chapter of all of this, I'm working on that as well, and I'll have that out in next year sometime. And that will be called When the Mood is Right, The Rebirth. So that just wraps it all up. So I'm working on that too.
Nice.
Got a lot going
on. As authors do, right? You never have just one book inside of you. There's always something that's birthing. So here you have it, people.
Exactly.
This is an opportunity for you to not only get the one book, but to follow Queen, to follow her so that you can get the subsequent books that are coming out, part of the trilogy. And you definitely want to make sure that you do that. Now, I have to ask you this question, because as authors, you always want to know what's the greatest piece of advice that you've gotten as an author. And so share with us what that piece of advice is that you've received for someone that has just allowed you to keep pushing, that's allowed you to keep putting that pen to paper and putting that heart to paper.
Piece of advice that was given was write. Just and have fun with it. And that was it. Just keep on writing. And I can hear the word. Just keep on writing. Write. Have fun.
I love it.
And that's it. And then that's what I do.
And I think that's one of the pieces that as an author, you literally have to get to be able to just write. It's whatever it is. It doesn't have to be grammatically correct the first time. You just have to put the words to paper, and then you fix it up a little later on. Sometimes I think we get stuck in trying to be, perfectly, in grammar and substance, and it delineates from sometimes putting the actual words to paper instead of just getting it out there. So
right.
Just write. That's what she said. You heard it. Just write. So let me ask you this before we part. before we part, are there any words that you would like to leave with your readers?
I would say to my readers that, life is too short to stress out and everything so personally and so I say find that place, find yourself, fall in love with who you are, get to know yourself, and then plan and execute whatever it is that you desire. Find so much happiness, and so let things go because it's just not that necessary. Enjoy your life.
Awesome.
And be at peace.
Well, thank you so much, Queen P, for joining us here on the Author's Lounge. I am excited to have you on here. Guys, I know you are excited to get this book, When the Mood is Right, A Poetry Journey. It is available on Amazon, and this is the first of a trilogy, so you definitely want to stay in touch with Queen P, and you can do that on Instagram, where you can follow her and you can learn when this book is coming out in the fall and then the one that's coming out in 2021. So you definitely want to make sure you do that. In addition to that, you definitely want to continue to watch the Author's Lounge because you never know who we're going to meet. We chat with authors from around the globe and they're always excited to share their experiences, to share their stories that they have actually put their heart to paper and then have given it to you. And definitely, I have one final question that I always ask, and that's about reviews. How do you feel about receiving reviews from your readers?
Well, so far they've all been good, so I have no complaints. But I get, you have to make it the good or the bad. If someone doesn't like your work, they don't like your work. But and then maybe that'll allow me to think about, okay, what can I do to make things better. But again, right now things have been good. All the reviews have been fine, and they haven't all been from my friends. So I'm pleased.
There you go. That is awesome. So definitely get the book on Amazon and write a review so that she can have reviews that are not all from her friends, right? And definitely join us here on Author's Lounge.